Hello, this is Dr. Ju. Well, today I'm going to tell you about a rather incredible story that happened to me about 20 years ago. I had spent my entire weekend in the emergency room at Ambrose Père Hospital in downtown Marseille, in the 6th District. It was around 7 a.m. My shift was ending in an hour and a half when I was urgently called to the department. Since the call came from my head nurse at the time, I didn't have many questions to ask myself. When she says quick, it means quick. I found myself face to face with a municipal worker. She told me, "Quick, follow him, go, go, I'm coming." So, I ended up on the street, chasing after the man. It was the middle of winter, the Mistral wind was freezing, and I was in hospital scrubs, seriously cold. I didn't know what I was doing there, but I ran. A few hundred meters further, the garbage collectors suddenly stopped, like a Brittany Spaniel on a hunt, in front of a trash container. Completely desperate, they told me, "They're there, it's in there." I thought it was a cat, but it's not a cat. It's moving, it's in the bag. Then the man ran off and disappeared. So there I was, standing in the middle of the street with a bag and a trash bin. Of course, I immediately opened the bag. And there, I thought I was in a real nightmare. I saw a newborn baby with its umbilical cord and placenta. It was blue, icy cold, still moving a bit, alive, but in terrible condition. So, I opened my jacket. The baby was all sticky. You can imagine a baby with its placenta and cord. I held it against me and looked around. It wasn't even 8 a.m., and the only light I could see nearby came from an open architect's office. Naturally, I rushed in. When the architect saw me enter, his eyes nearly popped out of his head. I still remember it clearly, and he backed up several meters. With a sudden move, I swept all the plans, pens, and pencils off his drafting table and laid my tiny patient down. The miracle was that my head nurse, who had been watching the entire scene from a distance, came in with all the necessary equipment: survival blankets, infusion supplies, surgical instruments, everything we needed. She had heard the whole story from the garbage collectors, while I was still clueless about what was going on. So, we clamped the cord, started in 4, and warmed the baby up. The architect even had a hairdryer in the back room, which he handed us, so we used it to help warm the baby. We performed the first emergency procedures. Then, SAMU 13 arrived with an incubator and all the required equipment. They took over the baby's care, a little boy who survived, as I later found out. It turned out that a teenage girl had given birth in secret and put the baby in the trash. It's a strange way to start one's life. And among all the things I've seen during these decades of working in emergency medicine, this is probably the most incredible story. Who knows? Maybe his name is Joseph, that little boy. Maybe he even became a doctor. We'll never know. See you soon.